Hi, welcome to At Home Fitness with Coach A. I am Coach A, and it is my goal to bring to you guys in gym quality coaching and workouts to meet your needs at home and in your garage gyms. There's no reason why those of us working out at home can't get the same kind of coaching and instruction that everybody else can. So, without further ado, today is Friday, August 21st, and it is day number 159 of the at home programming that we've been running since the beginning of COVID quarantine in northeastern Ohio, specifically Cleveland. Without further ado, here we go. So, the strength piece today is going to be a muscular endurance piece that you guys are going to have to work through and get out. The second piece in the workout is going to be a pure sprint. At least it better stay a pure sprint. No slowing down, no getting out on this one. So, the strength piece is going to be 5 rounds. You guys are going to start with, and when I say start with, I mean you're going to keep the barbell in position for these two pieces. You're going to start with 5 strict press. Ideally, we're talking about a barbell here. If we're looking at something else in terms of our equipment, we'll talk about that when we go over modifications in the garage gym. So 5 strict press, about 70% if you're able to make that distinction, which is going to be immediately followed by as many, let's call it a quality max effort, as many push press as you can maintain following the 5 strict press, as at least until the point where we get pretty sloppy or we start to break down. Okay, so I don't want it to be a pure max. We're including those crap reps as if we should ever include those crap reps anyway. But this is probably where you might stop one rep from a true max effort, or once you feel yourself starting to get pretty sloppy, start to feel the spine starting to arch a little bit, start to feel those elbows starting to crash down and in, putting stress on the traps, that kind of an idea. You're going to have a full 2-minute rest in between your 5 rounds with the goal of trying to maintain that push press number as we go through. Now, part 2 is going to be a 10-to-1 couplet sprint. So 4 times. You guys are going to do 10 burpees, 10 toe to bar, 9 burpees, 9 toe to bar, all the way down to 1 burpee and 1 toe to bar. Obviously, I'll be talking about modifications in a second, so stick around if you're not sure what those movements are, or if you need to figure out a way to modify them at home. Alright guys, thanks for joining me in the garage for the demonstration. We have our strict press, push press combination here with the barbell. So remember, strict press is just the arms and shoulders. I press through, I load those shoulders back down, tap the collarbones, chest, press through, okay? Once I get to the 5, I'm going to start my quote-unquote quality max effort set of push press, where I'm then using the hips and legs to start that movement and send it overhead. Once I start to get sloppy, my quality max effort set is over. So once I start struggling to finish the shoulders, once I start arching the back too much, once I basically start getting myself out of position, that's it for the reps, that's it for the set. And then remember, we have that full 2-minute rest before we go back and start the strict press over again. Really simple, really basic workout for you here. Something I want you to be super aggressive on. 10-to-1 on the reps, meaning we're alternating between the 2 movements. Starting with 10 on the first round, 1 on the last round. You're going to have the burpee first. Chest, hips down on the ground. Feet to the hands. Hop and clap. All right, double contact. Hop and clap at the top. Second movement is going to be that toe to bar. As I'm hanging from the bar, if you guys want to kip on that, this is fine. Taking the feet all the way up to the bar overhead, okay? We're only looking at really 1 modification here, so I'm gonna put that in quickly in the next video. I'm also gonna talk about what happens if you guys don't have a barbell for the pressing.
Stay tuned for movement modifications.
Let's go over the modifications. If we're looking at dumbbells, if we're looking at kettlebells, strict press,
Push press is pretty easy. It's pretty much the same movement. Obviously, you're just going to be holding and stabilizing stuff differently. If you only have one weight, we're going to do the same thing with both arms. Okay? Pick a side that's going to be a little weaker, and then try and equal that side, which you should be able to do if you pick the right weaker versus stronger side. Now, if we are looking at a band, theoretically, we can still get in the same combination of movements. Step myself on the band, bring it up to the shoulders, press with just the upper body, and for that push press, I get it going with the shoulders first. Now, it seems awkward, it is a little bit awkward, but the nice thing about having the band is when you do the push press, it really forces you to use your hips and to make sure that band is stretching and resting across the shoulders. Otherwise, you're not going to get any energy transfer, and it's going to get progressively more difficult as you go overhead, thus making it that much harder than a strict press. Now, burpees are burpees. If we need to modify the burpee because we can't do the push for some reason, then obviously we're just taking the push out. We go down in the burpee, we come back up, golf clap overhead. For the toe to bars, this is probably going to be the thing of the day that gets the most modified. There's a couple different things we can do. If we can't get our feet all the way up, but we have the bar, obviously the knee to elbow is an option, getting the knees up towards chest, shoulders, elbows as high as we can. Similar movement, less distance, less weight. We can always do a strict raise. I'm going to hang on to the bar, keep my legs straight, bring them up parallel to the ground, point the toes at the camera in this circumstance, and go from there. If we don't have the bar, there's a couple different things we're looking at. We can do a V up on the ground, or we're starting in a hollow position, coming up as straight as we can, folding in half, hands to toes, touching from there. We can do what we call a tuck crunch. Starting in the hollow position, knees into chest, and back out. Or at the very bottom, we can do a straight-legged sit-up. Legs are going to be extended, knees straight, toes pointing. I lay back, I come all the way up, and I try and touch the feet or the ankles. No matter what you guys are going to end up modifying on the workout, I want you to maintain the same rep scheme. Okay? Don't worry about if you think it's going to be too fast or too easy. It's supposed to be very quick, very aggressive, very taxing on the heart rate.